Hello, my name's Liam Dye. I'm part of the Rating the Races team, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Rating the Races free staking manager. Now, one of the most common things we get asked at Rating the Races is how do you control your banks, control your staking, and how do you track new or existing betting systems. And the truthful answer is we use spreadsheets, not that dissimilar to this one. They display your results in a nice objective manner. You can have graphical representations in the form of graphs. And from these graphs you can draw positive or negative feedback, and in accordance with this feedback you can adjust your selection methodologies and your staking plans. Now, the staking manager is a simple spreadsheet that in truth could be created by anyone with a little bit of Excel knowledge. However, to our knowledge, there are no free staking managers available in the public domain today. So I guess the thing to do is talk about what the spreadsheet can actually do. The first thing I have to say about the spreadsheet is that at a glance it looks quite complicated, like there's a lot of data to fill in order to achieve the visual output. However, in reality there are very few cells that actually require anything manually input, as most of them are calculated for you via formulas, macros, etc. The sheet has 3 different operating modes, and you can toggle between the operating modes using this button up here. They are daily mode, selection mode dynamic, and selection mode level. I'll explain the differences between these 3 modes as we go. And it also has 3 tabs so that you can track different systems and different services. Okay, so let's get started. So currently I've got it set in daily mode. So let's just enter the date here. So today's date is 5th of the 9th. 13. And the point of the daily mode is that if you didn't want to track it on a selection by selection basis, you could say, okay, today I've output 8 points and I've returned 6. So it'll tell you that your daily P&L is -2, your daily ROI -25%, cumulative P&L, cumulative ROI, and it says that's day 1. Okay, so we can continue this. We'll just enter some pseudo data. Staked 8. Return 12, 12, 15, 15, 13, 12, 18, and you can see that this graph automatically updates and produces a profile of the betting systems that you're tracking, or your selection methodology that you're tracking. So whilst this is going on over here, this is telling you how you're doing on a level stakes basis. We've also set up a compounding bank tool over here. Now what this does is it enables us to set up a bank start. We can define what percentage of or what proportion of our bank that we wish to stake each time, and on a day-by-day basis the stakes will therefore adjust. And this way is very good for maximising profits if you're on a good system or a good selection methodology, and at the same time reducing losses, because as your bank goes down, your stake will therefore decrease, and it'll be protecting your bank each time, only staking X% of that bank. So you can see here that the stake at the end is 545. If we just continue with this, 12, 25, yeah, so I'm just going to enter a few half decent days. See how that stake changes over time. Okay, so you can see that the stake has gone up from £5 to £7.24 based on having a £500 start and a point bank of 100. So 100 is obviously 500 divided by 100. So if you were quite confident that your system was good and your strike rate was decent, you could go down as low as a 50 point. I wouldn't recommend going below 50 personally. Therefore staking 2% of your bank on each point. So you can see that on a 50 point bank your stake is actually doubled. So that's a more aggressive staking plan than say a 100 point bank, where it achieves probably a 50% increase. Yeah, smaller again. So you can see this one here would be for a system or a service that was focused more on outsiders or bigger price selections rather than a high strike rate system or service. So that's how the compounding bank tool works, and that will automatically update for you as you just input your point stake, point returned. So literally, once you've set up your first date in daily mode, you enter your point stake, point returned, and then your daily profit and loss, daily ROI, cumulative P&L, cumulative ROI, all updated for you. And it also tells you how to do stake your selections based on this compounding bank over here. And at the same time, we've also got a graph down here for your compounding bank. So this is actually your compounding bank profit and loss. So that tells you how your P&L has increased. And obviously, if the system goes well and your stakes continue to increase, this will appear as an exponential graph because your stakes are increasing. And that's obviously what everybody hopes to achieve. Okay, so now let's have a look at the two selection modes that are available. So the first one is selection mode dynamic. I'll toggle to that now. Again, I get a pop-up. It's popping up on my other monitor, but yeah, switch it to selection mode, and you notice the dates and what was the day column is now selection column. So we'll assume all of these are the same date: 5th, 9th, 13. And we'll say that all of these are the same day. Okay, you'll notice there's nothing in the graph at the moment. That is because you require a horse name. We'll just call it horse 1 for now. In reality, for your own records, you would actually put the name of the horse. We'll just drag that down. And you'll see that when the horse names are input, the graph is created, and we have our compounding bank, etc. as before. So the difference between this one here, this one is selection mode dynamic. And this would be for somebody who was staking on the go. This isn't the way I'd personally bet, but I know some people will bet a horse in a race at 2 o'clock, and then they'll continue running with the bank as the day progresses. They will back again, you know, in the 2:30, and continue like that. So you could back this horse. If you do well, you could increase your stake for the 2:30 race, and your stake would adjust as the day progresses. So that's what the selection mode dynamic is for. Okay, so let's just switch to selection mode level. Now you notice all of the stakes have gone to the same, and this is for when you're backing all of the horses for your races on a given day, and you're backing them all in the morning or the evening before. You'd use the same stake for all of the selections or all of the points. So if I change this one here to the 6th of the 9th, so this would be my new day. Okay, so here we've got day 1, day 2. And you'll notice after switching to this mode, we've got a day end, and it tells us when the day end is here. And you'll see that the first day the stake was £3.33, and on the second day £3.53. So that is the point of selection mode level. It means that you can play it differently in a way. And also, if we wanted to override, say for instance, in the we backed a few horses in the morning for the afternoon's racing, and then we wanted to do some more selections for the evening. So we could manually come in here, and you'll notice there's a formula up here. This is available to be edited, and we just type in end. So now we've updated the stake here, so that for the evening's racing we're ready for £3.44, and then when we change the date here to the 7th, our stakes have updated again. So that's the point of selection mode level, and that's the RatingTheRaces staking manager. Obviously we've got the ability to navigate to the blogs, the forum, the areas of the website, and all of your various bookmakers. If you have any suggestions on any changes or any updates that could be implemented into the RatingTheRaces staking manager, feel free to post them on the RatingTheRaces public forum. And to download this spreadsheet, make sure you visit RatingTheRaces.com. Thank you.